Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Rundown, where we talk about 2A news and conservative views. I will be your host today, Craig DeLuz, coming at you from the West Coast, the left coast, behind the Iron Curtain, otherwise known as the Sierras. But as we all know, I do not do this program by myself.
That's right. My name is Mike Piwowarski, coming to you live from the East Coast. That's the coast with the most, from the co-host with the most here on The Rundown. 2A views, conservative news. Craig, guess what day it is?
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
It's hump day.
Hump day!
It's hump day.
Hump day!
That's right, folks. Today is Hump Day. This is the day in which we attempt to begin the weekend. Sometimes with success, sometimes not. But as I always like to say, the fun is all in trying.
Let's give it a try. Yeah, listen, I've actually got this thing down pretty good where the juice turns to wine and the cans I leave out. I've got them numbered now, like how many days they've been out, the temperature in the day. It's like being in the desert again, making my own wine. It's pretty cool.
Oh, is that how y'all did it on deployment? Just left the juice sitting out?
We used to get those little Capri Suns, right? The grape juice Capri Suns. You'd pop a little pinhole in it, put it on top of your hut or wherever you were. Give it 24 hours. Good sleepies.
Never, ever, ever, ever doubt American ingenuity.
Soldiers got it, baby. We know what we're doing.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. How has your attempt to begin the weekend begun thus far?
I built some. Today I spent the day building freedom launchers, bullet launchers, rifles, AR-15s, evil assault weapons. Craig, I spent the day doing AR rifles and pistols, so it's all good. Got pumped, ready to go. Yeah. I got gunpowder nose. Yeah.
There is nothing says fun like building freedom sticks.
That's it.
Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. I don't know if you hear it.
I got gunpowder in my nose.
Well, here in California, man, the weather is nice. It is sunny. We are having a good time. And it's looking like the weekend will begin for me, well, almost. But except for one thing, it's going to begin as soon as this show is over today.
Oh, you got that doctor's appointment thing?
No.
No?
No, just chilling.
Even cleansing.
Just planning on chilling, man. I'm ahead on the work schedule that much. I got it like that.
Oh, I gotta make some calls.
If it weren't for this program, man, I'm telling you, I would be just chilling like.
Well, I think that's it, folks. Thanks for joining us today on the program. Make sure you use the discount code to run down, and we'll see you next week.
No, not so much. We still got bills to pay, bro. We still got bills to pay. Speaking of that, how about let's pay a few of those and give a quick shout out to our sponsors.
Yeah, let's say hi to our friends at Hitman Industries. That's hitmanindustries.net. You got yourself an AR barrel and you got yourself an AR in the past 5 years. Odds are you got one of their barrels and don't even know it. But now you can buy from them factory direct. Just go to hitmanindustries.net. Like I did today, building 5 pistols and 5 rifles. Use the Hitman Industries barrel, so it's great. California Republican Assembly fight behind enemy lines. Now you can take part in California's future today. If you want the best in holsters, tactical concealed holsters, that's Hog Holsters, HAWG, hogholsters.com. Use the discount code The Rundown, all one word, no spaces, all caps. Get yourself a nice little discount. And if you want the best in field gear, tactical gear, assault gear, fishing gear, hunting gear, whatever you want to be, all that outdoor tactical gear you could need, and you can find it at uscombatgear.com.
That's right, folks. Please take a moment. Visit our sponsors. All you got to do is follow the link in the description to this program. The links to all their websites in the description of this program. Go there, check it out, spend some money with them, and make sure you tell them that it was the guys at The Rundown that sent you. Mike and Craig and Mike. We did
You ain't got to lie, Craig.
You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie. Okay, I got to find that in green screen. I got to find the cutout of that one so we can start including that one as one of our little sayings.
There we go. I like it.
Definitely got to do that. Definitely got to do that. By the way, folks, if you haven't already done so, please make sure like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe. And if you're watching us live, that's 3 p.m. Pacific or 6 p.m. Eastern, go ahead and comment. Let us know what's up. Let us know what you're thinking. I know if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, or if you're watching us on Rumble, we're following you. We're following your comments. So let us know if you got something to say. We will share it with the audience. I mean, if it's interesting. Anyway. All right, let's get into today's program. And, well, the interesting things are going on. And as you saw from the title of the program of today's episode, Biden lies about supporting Israel. And by the way, the mainstream media joins them in this lie about, quote unquote, him supposedly supporting Israel. So yesterday was Holocaust Remembrance Day. And in a speech that he gave, he made it a point to talk about how much he supported, how unequivocal his support was for Israel. In fact, it was so bad, it was so on point, according to CNN. It says here, Biden's anti-Semitism speech leaves no doubt he's standing by Israel despite tensions with Netanyahu. Now, I wanted y'all to hear just a small snippet of the speech so that you could see how unequivocal he was in his comments towards his support of Israel.
And my commitment to the safety of the Jewish people, the security of Israel, and its right to exist as an independent Jewish state is ironclad, even when we disagree. My administration is working around the clock to free remaining hostages, just as we have freed hostages already, and will not rest until we bring them all home.
Now, Mike, right after that, or moments after that, hours, okay, maybe hours after that, the U.S. paused bomb shipments or ammo shipments to Israel over concerns over the Rafah invasion. So let's be clear. His unequivocal support for Israel, well, it's kind of equivocal. It's kind of equivocal.
He said something about working with the crops. What the hell was he talking about? Working with crops. It's just...
Dude, it's like, wait a minute. You know that they are in the midst of closing out this war. And so you stand up and you talk about all the stuff that's going on, and you talk about how you support them and yada yada yada, and then you say, yeah, but no, we're gonna withhold much needed arms shipment because.
Yeah, this is the guy. Listen, his idea of, comments, Craig's and supportive. His idea of supportive is like, no, that dress looks good on someone your size. That's what he's doing. He's I don't think from one second to another he knows what he's doing. He starts off with anti-Semitism must stand with you, hold the bombing. What do we he has, I mean, in one sentence there were 3 left turns. He has no idea what's going on.
Well, and and then there's the whole. And earlier he talked about the increasing anti-Semitism that's taking place, while at the same time refusing to acknowledge or even talk about any of this stuff that's going on college campuses. Absolutely none, right? Well, let me clarify. He has said that he doesn't like the rise of anti-Semitism, but he's not talking specifically to the people who are being anti-Semitic. And then at the same time, he tries to throw in, and those who are anti-Islamic. I'm sorry, but look, if you are, there has never been, I won't say there's never been, there are a few instances where the right thing to do, the right position to take, in particular as the President of the United States, the moral position to take could not be more clear. Could not be more clear. One side is saying, kill all the Jews. The other one is saying, We just want to be safe, and we want to make sure that a terrorist regime doesn't continue to rule so that they can attack us. Now,
it's even simpler than that, Craig. It's one side saying we want to kill all the Jews, and the Jews are saying we'll stop when they'll stop trying to kill all the Jews.
there you go. See, that's why we have you here, Mike, because you know how to simplify stuff, right? You know how to break it down to its basic part. It's like, look, tell you what, you're right. One side says we want to kill all the Jews, and the other says we'll stop when they stop trying to kill us. You know, the Jews.
Yes. Yeah, it's rough.
I don't understand this, Mike. I'm telling you, once again, if you had a group on a college campus that was going around saying we're going to kill all black people, how long do you think those protests would last?
Oh yeah, I mean obviously that's hate speech. We
Right.
shut it down. We could legally shut it down for being a hate crime. Yes.
Well, and that's, by the way, that's one of the reasons why I'm against the idea of that whole the anti-Semitism bill, which, by the way, uses a definition of anti-Semitism that goes as far, by the way, as making the Bible hate speech, because the Bible notes that Jews were involved in the death of Jesus Christ. Yeah, because saying Jews were involved in the death of Jesus Christ means you're anti-Semitic. But all that having been said, Jews are already included in Title VI. They're already included in what is considered a protected class. They're already you already are not allowed to discriminate against people based on based upon their either their nationality or their religion. So I don't understand why you need this other bill using a definition from some outside group that clearly doesn't work. But
it's the same as they are with gun control, right? We need more laws to specify the laws that are already laws, so we have more laws to keep them from breaking the laws.
Right. Well, yes, that is true, and then as a part of all that, the other thing that we're also dealing with is this whole the folks on the left not being real sure exactly about where they want to stand, because you have in the Democratic Party, you have a very small percentage, and we're talking less than 20% of the Democratic Party is actually in support of Hamas or Palestine. Yet you've got the other 70% that are supporting Israel. Yet for some reason, we have a president and members of Congress who decide that they want to, well, for lack of a better term, they want the tail to wag the dog. They want to support the people who want to kill all the Jews. Great example, Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders, there's a resolution in the Senate that basically is coming against all of the anti-Semitism that's taking place on campus. All of the from the river to the sea, all of the kill all Jews, all of that stuff, right? All of the blocking of Jewish students from being able to attend class. The lone, well, see, I don't think he's not the lone Jewish senator, but a Jewish senator, Mr. Bernie Sanders, decides that he's going to block the Senate resolution condemning campus anti-Semitism. It says here, Senator Bernie Sanders blocked a resolution condemning anti-Semitism on college and university campuses in the United States in his role as chairman of the Upper Chamber's Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee. The resolution, introduced by Senator Tim Scott, would condemn the, quote, rise of anti-Semitism on campuses of institutions of higher education across the United States and administrators of institutions of higher education who have enabled ongoing anti-Semitism on their campuses. It also would urge the U.S. Department of Education to ensure those institutions of higher education have complied with Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, and that students, including Jewish students, are not experiencing discrimination in violation of such Title VI. Now, Mike, I'm trying to figure out what here is so offensive that the senator could not only did he not support it, he blocked it in order to make sure that it never came up in committee so that it can never go to the floor to be voted on.
Yeah, let's clarify first. Bernie Sanders is technically Jewish, right? He says he was born and raised a Jew, but he considers himself a non-practicing Jew, or he has no congregation, no synagogue. But Craig, it doesn't matter to me. Whether that it happens to be Judaism, Catholicism, or whatever. If that's how you're raised, that's part of who you are. It's part of your fabric. It's part of your culture. That would seem to me that I would want to stand out more against the anti-Semitism. I would want to stand up more against the pro-Hamas, I want to kill Jews kind of rhetoric. However, he's decided, Craig, that he wants nothing more to be than part of the Democrat Socialist Party, and that agenda is anti-Semitism. Then, Craig, he's a Jew that's anti-Semite. I don't know. I don't know if you can wrap your head around that, folks. But this guy so bad wants to be part of the ruling party that he's willing to put his own religion and his own people to death.
Well, most definitely, and there are those who are culturally Jewish in that they are from Israel, and then there are those who are religious Jews. But the thing that gets me though here is, once again, in this particular case, they want to kill all of you, right? They don't want any, and if we're being really honest, Mike, they don't just want to kill all of them. They want to kill all of us, because we in the West, we are the great Satan. Israel, in many cases for them, is a placeholder for the West or the United States or Europe or anybody who is not any what's the word I'm looking for? Any non-believer, what do they call them? Heathens? Any infidels? That's the word I'm looking for. Any of the infidels that do not follow Islam and do not bow down and pray to Muhammad, they want to kill all of us. Either we convert or we die. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm not converting, and I'm not planning on dying anytime soon, at least not as a result of my not converting. And should that possibly need to become a choice? Let me just say that if I do go, I'll be taking a few of them with me.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me do one clarification. This is one that always gets me. If you're from Israel, that doesn't make you a Jew, okay? That makes you an Israeli. Now, you could be an Israeli Jew. You could be an Israeli Christian. You could be an Israeli Muslim. Just being from Israel doesn't make you Jewish.
Okay, you are correct. I once again, I stand corrected, because, by the way, there are, for those of you who do not know, 20% of the population of Israel is Muslim.
Yep.
That's right. They work there. They own businesses. They vote.
Yep.
They participate in the military. They are Muslim, which kind of just leads me to wonder, Israel really sucks at this genocide thing.
Yeah. It always gets me. I'm sorry. That's one of my little quirks. People say, "Oh, I'm half Italian and half Jewish." No, you can't. That's not how this works. It's not how it works. It's one's the place you're from, the other's a religion. So it's just
There you go. Well, at one point, being Jewish was a people, wasn't necessary. It was a people and a religion. Now you're right. Now that there is a nation state, you can be Israeli, you can be former Israeli, I agree with you.
Yep.
All right, okay, so this is one that no one at the White House seems to want to touch. And I do not understand. Well, I do understand why, because they know that they're idiots and they know that they're wrong. But this was a story out of Breitbart that, once again, another incident of how Biden's border policy is actually costing lives. Is in fact costing lives. Here it says, 3 dead after suspected immigrant smuggler crashes during Texas police pursuit near the border. It says here, United States citizen and 2 suspected migrants are dead after the driver of a Nissan sports utility vehicle lost control and crashed on Tuesday evening. The unidentified driver of the vehicle was fleeing sheriff's office deputies from Dimmitt County, Texas. Deputies attempted to stop the vehicle on Texas Highway 85 near Carrizo Springs, Texas. A law enforcement source close to the investigation says the driver of the vehicle lost control and rolled over several times ejecting several of the 6 passengers. Now, this also comes on the heel of an incident that occurred in Maine. It says here, a Massachusetts man involved in a four car fatal crash in Maine Friday morning that resulted in the death of a Maine woman, according to the Maine Department of Public Safety. Maine State Police responded to the crash on Maine Turnpike in Wells around 8:40 a.m. The department said in their press release. The initial investigation determined that the 23-year-old Boston resident, and I'm not going to pronounce his name, was driving a Toyota Prius when it struck a Toyota Sienna and a Toyota Tacoma. Now, what this article does not tell you is that person also is in the country illegally and actually had just crossed the border in January of 2024. In fact, he illegally crossed the border and was released by the Biden administration into the country. So here we have 2 incidences within a week of each other of individuals, of people dying as a result of Biden's failed border policy.
More of the same, Craig. How many times? Weekly, daily. I mean, at least weekly we talk about it, right? They're happening daily. That these illegal immigrants are killing people, intentionally killing people, causing the death of others. And listen, if this guy had had a firearm in his hand, well, they'd ignored it too because he's one of the chosen people, Craig. He's an illegal immigrant. They could do no wrong. But we have them continuing to intentionally kill our U.S. citizens, our people, everybody here.
It's interesting that God has his chosen people and Biden has his chosen people.
Yeah.
Well,
right.
But you're right,
Yeah.
and there once again, there have been people who have been raped. There have been people who have been killed. There have been people who have been robbed. There have been people who have been mugged, assaulted. I mean, you name it. And what's funny is you have people saying, well, they're not committing crimes at any greater rate than anybody else. So, most of them aren't committing crimes. And I'm like, but if we had a border policy, if we had a solid border policy, these people would not, those people who did those things would not be in the country if we actually had a border.
What do you mean, those people?
I'm talking about murderers, rapists, criminals, the people that Donald Trump was talking about.
I'm obviously poking fun at you. Yeah, those
I
people,
know.
the illegal aliens, the immigrants, the illegal immigrants in our country that are committing crimes. Those people.
Right. And folks, let's be real. When you allow about 7 to 10 million people into the country, I will be the first to tell you, the overwhelming majority of them, aside from entering our country illegally, probably haven't committed any crimes at all. Probably. But when you let in 7 to 10 million people, if only 5% of them are committing crimes, you're still talking about tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of people.
350,000 people. Yeah.
Right. Hundreds of thousands of people are still committing crimes. If you're just talking 3%, 5%.
Yeah.
And by the way, that's 3 to 5% that would not be committing any crime. Those are people who wouldn't be committing any crimes in America if they were on the other side of that border wall.
Yeah.
That makes that just makes a little bit too much sense, right?
Yeah. We don't make sense here. We make dollars.
We don't. There you go.
What?
No dollar. No cents. Just dollars. Okay. All right. I will get off of my soapbox, and I will go on to our next story. Now, we've already heard that. We've already heard the. What's the word? What was the one that Biden said that when Joe Biden said that that poor kids are just as smart and articulate as white kids.
Yep.
We also got the thing from the Democratic Party that requiring people to show IDs when they vote. Well, that's just wrong because black people can't get IDs. And now we've got an even better one. And this has to do with the advent of technology and Governor Hochul out of New York and her position basically that, well, you know, black kids don't know what a computer is.
Young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word a computer is. They don't know. They don't know these things. And I want the world open up to all of them, because when you have their diverse voices innovating solutions through technology, then you're really addressing society's broader challenges.
All right, folks, now I'm just going to break this one down to you. And this is just, people in the Democratic Party want to act like Democrats aren't racist. Like, you know, like, well, Democrats care about us. No, they don't. They think so little of you that they think they need government programs. They need big brother government to come in and tell you and instruct you and control you so that you don't screw up your own life, right? There's a reason why they put 80% of all Planned Parenthood's abortion clinics in black communities, right? There's a reason why they force you to go to certain schools, right, within your particular zip code, right? There's a reason why they do this. Because they don't there's a reason why they want your kids at school from dawn till dusk. Because they don't trust you to make any decisions for yourself or for your family. It is a paternal form of racism. And that is exactly what it is, because they believe that you are not capable. And for those Democrat leaders, right, those Democrat black leaders who act like they care about you, they are part of what W.E.B. Du Bois referred to as the talented 10th, right? The talented 10%. These are the 10% of black people who are so smart, who are so articulate, so much more so than other black people, that they will be your spokesperson and your leader and will represent you when they really don't care. They don't give a damn about you. What they care about is advancing their own interests. And the fact that I don't see any black leaders calling this woman out and saying, what the hell is wrong with you, just chaps my ass.
Agreed. I mean, you know, Craig, I don't know how much further to delve into it other than, you know, you're correct, right? She and like everybody else, we know that them to be the Democrats to be racist, and the only reason they want to speak to minorities, speak to African Americans, is so they can lie to them and take their votes. That's all there is to it. And every once in a while, they screw up and stupid stuff like this, and they get completely exposed.
Well, and you know, let's just be real clear about that. Understand that the Democratic Party was created to keep slavery in place, right? They literally created the Democratic Party in order to keep slavery in place. That's number one. Number two, that whole 3/5 compromise, yeah, they pushed that. These very same people pushed that so that they could use your vote, the black vote, so not your vote, I'm sorry, so that they could use the fact that you exist to further their control and their control and their perpetuation of slavery, increase their control of Congress. And their role has not, their position hasn't changed since the founding of this country. They don't think you are capable of making decisions for yourself. You see how little they think of you. And I'm going to clarify how little they think of us. That's why I'm like, that's why every single time a person becomes an independent thinker and they start thinking, you know, maybe something's wrong with the Democratic Party, that's the reason why they start calling us names. And so for those of you out there who start chiming in whatever and following along with whatever they're saying, that's because they own you. Or you're either too dumb or you're too weak to actually stand up and speak for yourself.
I mean, Craig, LBJ said it when he started social welfare reforms. I mean, we need to go there. I mean, it's been, you know, we're talking 70 years now, right? You know, it's late 50s. It's sorry.
Nope, ain't got much more to say to that. Yeah. So, folks, that brings us to our parting shots. Our parting shots are brought to you by Hog Holsters. Just go to hogholsters.com. Use discount code The Rundown. All caps, no spaces. Get your hog holsters today. Oh, wow. Okay.
Now, Craig,
I just
I
realized
think
I had not updated some of these things. Oh, wait. I can show you this one first. I got this one here.
Craig, I
Okay.
sent-
You're going to love this one. This is actually from Reels. You're going to love this guy's definition of. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's it. I was like, you can't even hear me. But go ahead. I've got 2 pictures I sent you I want to talk through before you post them.
Okay. All right. Let's do this. Well, first we're going to go through with this video real quick.
And what are my political beliefs? No one has asked. My political beliefs are that I am a coward. I'm a centrist. I'm not very left-wing, and I'm not very right-wing. I'm not conservative, but at the same time, I think that anyone who's ever tried to split a bill with more than 8 people knows that socialism is tough. Right? If you can't figure out which of your friends is not tipping, maybe this doesn't work for the whole country. I'm not saying I don't love capitalism, but I also don't hate it. Some people who hate capitalism will express it in odd ways. Like one time I was on the street and I saw a guy wearing a t-shirt, like a regular promotional t-shirt that said "Down with Capitalism." And my first thought was just, did you buy that? Because unless the government gave it to you, you're kind of off message. If anyone here isn't exactly sure what capitalism is, just find me after the show and I'll explain it to you for $50. Obviously, that's a joke. I'm not going to explain it to you. I'm going to take your money and walk away. Because that's how you learn about capitalism.
Yes, I thought that guy was hilarious. Maybe it's just me, but
I'm a big fan of Canadian humor. It's just it misses something. I don't know what it is. So
okay. All right, so you had a couple of things that you sent over to me. Walk me through them.
Maybe Kathy Hochul just got the message across wrong. Okay, folks. I don't know if you've ever been to the Bronx. Been to the Bronx plenty of times. I go watch my Mets play the Yankees in the Bronx all the time. Bronx has their own dialect, which is different from the other 4 boroughs of New York City. Okay, they really do. And Craig, they don't say computer. All right, they say send the first one I sent you. Put that picture up. They say caputa. That's what they say. Yo, man, you got one of them caputas? They got a caputa. So maybe she just didn't understand them. Maybe she's just an idiot and didn't understand what they say because the people in Bronx talk different. How do I know the people in Bronx talk different, Craig? How can I prove that to you? Go ahead and put the next slide up. Because they don't even say their own name right. It's the Bronx. But if you ask anybody, they're from Bronx.
That is a distinct possibility. Now, in other news, you may have heard that come to find out that RFK, that part of his brain has been eaten by a worm. Did you hear about?
Ugh.
So
Bronx with an X. Sorry.
What happened was during a divorce settlement or something like that, he basically had said that. Come to find out, he has some cognitive issues in the past. He's had cognitive issues that have affected his ability to earn because when they opened up his brain, they found out that they found a dead worm that had eaten part of his brain. Well, as it turns out, the dead worm found in RFK Jr.'s brain already polling higher than Biden in 11 states.
That's true. That's true. I think, actually in Greek, Joe Biden means dead brainworm. I think that's what it means. Yeah.
Wait, what did you say?
I think in Greek, Joe Biden actually translates to dead brainworm.
Probably so. Okay, yeah. All right. And this next one kind of goes along with the whole story we were talking about earlier. Israel warns civilians to evacuate Rafah in most incompetent genocide ever. Once again, just more evidence that if this is supposed to be a genocide, well, let's just be real. The Israelis really suck at it.
Yeah, they suck at it. They're no good at it. Yeah. They're no good.
Not saying, just saying.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Well, that's about it for today. Not quite done because we got to do one more thing, and you know what that is. Got to give that quick shout out to our sponsors.
Pay some bills. Hitman Industries, hitmanindustries.net. Now you can get rifle and pistol caliber barrels and any length you desire for your next AR rifle or pistol build. Check them out at hitmanindustries.net. California Republican Assembly fighting that good fight behind enemy lines. Now you can help California's future today. And if you're looking for the best in tactical gear, the best in field gear on the market, you can get everything but the gun at uscombatgear.com.
That's right, folks. Once again, please take a moment. Follow the links in the description to our program. Visit our sponsors. Make sure you tell them the guys over at The Rundown sent you. And we're going to call it a day. We appreciate you tuning in. We appreciate you liking and sharing the program and encouraging your friends to do the same. We will be back tomorrow on Throat Punch Thursday. Till then, y'all take care.